Hey everybody, it's Chainsaw Reacts back once again with another What If reaction for you guys. This is Season 2, Episode 8, What If the Avengers Assembled in 1602. And I think this is the continuation at the end of Peggy's episode, Captain Carter's episode, where she fell through a portal and there was a version of Nick Fury and Wanda, Scarlet Witch. I think this is the continuation of that. I think. I don't know for sure, but I'm assuming it is because the look of Fury and Wanda, even though Wanda didn't look too different, but the look of Fury especially, I'm like, that's interesting. So I think there's a connection between these two episodes, and I think this is tying into a larger arc that maybe they're going to be introducing in this episode. I have no idea. I have no clue, because we saw how Season 1 was kind of handled in terms of separate storylines, and then eventually everything started to culminate together in, of course, the Infinity Ultron and everything. So I don't know if Season 2 is doing that. Maybe there's an overarching thing for Season 2, and I think Season 3, which I think has been announced. I keep saying that, but I'm not sure, but I think it has been. But regardless, I'm enjoying What If Season 2 for the most part. Yes, some episodes are definitely better than others. Same thing for Season 1. That happened there too. But I'm enjoying the different variety of things we're seeing throughout this. And especially the Happy Hogan Saves Christmas. I love the fact that we got like a holiday-themed episode. That was fun. So let's jump to it now, guys. Let's check it out. Let's see what happens here. What if the Avengers assembled in 1602? Let's go.
Whether 'tis nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune.
When can we start throwing cabbages at him?
It's a double ring!
It starts! Move! Quick! Go! Sister!
Damn. So where are they going in that rift?
My sister is gone. Lost to the storms that are tearing our world apart. The storms the Scarlet Witch summoned you to stop.
I was right. I was right.
Each day. I want her alive.
I'm not going to get her.
What if? But how does a time-displaced super soldier end up in such a strangely familiar reality? A band of heroes gathered together to save
To
their
bring
reality.
forth. Yeah.
The Scarlet Witch Wanda Maximoff used her powers to reach into a neighboring universe. No place to go. Nothing.
I can hear you, you know.
Wait, really?
Really?
Can't? You're fighting a battle you can't possibly understand.
Oh, really?
Seems so.
Well, the way I figure it, 2 time periods, the 1600s and the early 21st century. What's that for?
I'm going to take you back to your universe.
I'm not leaving.
You were the finest winery in the land.
Oh, not the wines, too. This may be our darkest hour, but I will
'Cause the
not
wines
let
are-
our last. A future person.
More of a lost traveler, a forerunner who has fallen through
Forerunner.
time, unaware that their presence is causing our universe to collapse.
Sounds like you have your mission.
Thank you.
Sir Fury, with whom do you speak?
Wake up, Tony.
Morning, Tony.
5 more minutes. You're right. This stuff gives
What
off
is
some
that?
energy.
Probably radioactive.
Ooh, wait, active what now? God, I love your made-up words.
I'm searching for a person, the Forerunner,
Person.
who would have been
Forerunner.
the first person transported to this world from the future. No arc reactors in 1602.
Again with the beautiful gibberish. Keep talking.
Beautiful
It's
gibberish.
Like opium to my ears. Sounds like you need a thief to help you steal it.
Who do you have in mind?
Your carriage looks like it could use some lightening of its
Cap.
load.
Roger's hurt.
Pineapple cakes? Marzipan! Fuck! They got marzipan!
We're here for the coin, not the cake, Lang.
It cannot be.
Perfect.
This must be some trickery.
Oh my god, they almost died.
At this point, being in the wrong place at the wrong time is my specialty.
Mm-hmm.
There another Steve Rogers? Tell me what he's like.
No, I don't think I will.
I don't think I will.
You're Peggy, but
I just not got that.
Save this world too.
So much for the
Yellow Jackets.
Yellow jackets.
Yeah, let's say Yellow Jackets.
Gnats.
Stupid gnats.
Can't stand copycats.
Nice.
You weren't jesting about the king hating you.
Yes. I love it. It's good. I love the action in this show. It's so good. Really?
You won't win this fight. Best
She didn't do anything.
for mercy.
Oh, I didn't think this through.
Ooh. Holy crap.
Save this world and your king.
In another world, I'm a compatriot with that madman Stark?
Well.
That would be a farce to see.
Are you watching?
Always.
Always.
Are you ready to go home? I'm sorry. This world is destined to die. You can't
Sucks.
change that. What if the world doesn't magically correct itself? What if it's the final
Yeah, what
straw that
if?
destroys this universe? What if you die?
What if, what if, what if?
What if?
I have to try.
Because you're human.
Kicking ass, taking names.
It's quiet in this cell. Peace.
Sorry about this, Bruce.
Dude. He's just watching one. Cool.
Here, Banner. This'll set you straight. Ignore that. It's decorative. Your stunned silence is flattering. It will reveal the Forerunner and send them back from whence they came. Once
What?
the prized royal stone is inserted.
What's the plan?
Yeah, what's the plan? This is the Avengers.
Our best
This is the
chance
team up. This is
during
awesome.
the court session. We'll enter in disguise.
Our Lord Highness,
Our Lord
King,
Highness.
the one most worthy.
It's here.
The Forerunner's here, yes.
Tony said we'd know it when we saw it.
Signal! Signal!
I guess that's the signal.
This is fun. This is a fun episode. I'm enjoying this.
Man, I love to swashbuckle.
My king, we are short on time.
Well, we kind of need the stone. Smash! It's cool to see the Hulk in this, because really don't see Hulk much in What If.
Whoa, Hogan, easy. Well, let's talk about this.
What? Okay.
My sister trusted you. We all trusted you.
But
You
she...
failed us. Fetch me the old father.
Easy, Hogan.
Oh my
I
god.
didn't mean it.
This is crazy.
Quite a grip you got there.
Ooh, let's do this. Come on.
Smash thee.
Let's do this. Ooh. Shit. I like the cutting there. That was good. Ooh.
I surrender. Perfect timing.
There they are.
What?
I'm sorry, my king.
This had better work, Stark.
This better work. Let's do it.
Igniting an industrial and mystical revolution.
Oh shit. Oh yeah, he's breaking out. Yep. Oh shit. Rawr. Ooh.
It's him.
Who? Really?
We were fighting a monster.
Oh shit.
Guys, armed with a golden glove. I went to strike with my shield and hit one of the stones instead.
I can't miss you again.
We both know what I need to do.
Yes.
We never get our happy ending.
You do in the MCU. You do.
I'm sure somewhere out there, we do.
Come here to gloat? Tell me that I'm stuck
This is
here
the Watcher. I
forever.
don't think so.
No, I just thought you could use a friend.
Strange?
This was a great episode of What If. Like, to me, this was one of the better episodes of the season. This was a lot of fun. I like the fact that we got to see similar versions of characters that we know in terms of Steve, of course, ended up being the Forerunner, the character that was lost in time that got there, and of course was causing all these splits and all these, like, you know, rifts in the sky and all that. Of course, we got to see a version of Hogan and Ant-Man and Bucky and all these years, and Hulk too. And also, like I saying with Hogan, he also became a version of his own Hulk in this as well, because that was kind of fun to see just the two versions of Hulks basically fighting each other. But there was a lot of interesting things in this episode in terms of just a huge amount of characters that were involved. It was just like, okay, this is literally an Avengers What If episode, essentially, in terms of all the characters that were included. I thought it was really cool to see that. Thinking more on it now, the reveal of Steve being the Forerunner, it makes sense because Captain Carter is the lead of the episode, and, you know, the whole thing about we never get our happy ending, and maybe somewhere out there you do. But I'm thinking back on, I remember a particular moment where they're in like those tree houses or whatever, those tree forts that get, of course, knocked down in the middle of the episode. There's a shot, I think, of Steve getting slammed to a wall, and you see his shield, specifically the shape of it, and it is the shape of the shields that Cap had when he was fighting Thanos in Infinity War. Those particular, like, design or whatever that he was given from T'Challa, Black Panther. So it now makes more sense. And I like the fact that he's stuck there because he hit one of the stones as he was fighting Thanos. So in this version of a timeline, he's fighting Thanos as he's supposed to, and then he hits one of the stones by accident, and then that causes him to be lost in time. So with him being sent back, or everything kind of unwinding from there, because everybody in that room basically disappeared. I think it's because Steve was thrown out of time or whatever, and it caused the whole chaos of time stuff because they formed way too early or whatever. I don't know, but it was fascinating. And also, I will say this too, even though we've already seen him earlier in the season in terms of Tony, obviously it's not Robert Downey Jr., but What If Season 1, one of the biggest critiques I had, and I think a lot of people had for What If Season 1, even though it was still fun, and the concept and everything, what they were doing, and the animation and all that was cool, that Tony Stark was getting the shit end of the stick throughout the entirety, pretty much, of What If Season 1. He's either dying, or he was barely in it, or whatever, in all the episodes, or whenever he did appear, it was either he dies real fast, or he's barely in it. Here in Season 2, he's actually getting more screen time. He may be in less episodes overall, but when he does appear, he's actually getting screen time. He's actually getting dialogue from a sound-alike of Robert Downey Jr. There's a little bit of a different, like, it's not exactly trying to mimic Robert Downey Jr., but it definitely is there, but it's also trying to do something a little bit different as well, not trying too hard to 100% mimic for me. And that's completely fine. But it still is cool to see him somehow in the mix, and of course creating the machine and everything, and Peggy using it and all that to find Steve. And I kept thinking, is it Steve? But I'm thinking, like, could it be Thor himself? Like, you know, not like revealing anything, or could it be, you know, Wanda? Like, I'm just trying to think who could it be, because it's not Peggy. Obviously, Peggy was summoned to try to help them and all that. I like the moment too where Fury is working with King Thor after, of course, Hela gets taken away in the opening in the rift, but he's also like, okay, you got your mission, and Peggy's right there on the window kind of area, like away, but knowing what she needs to do to find this Forerunner and all that kind of stuff, go find Stark and try to figure all this out. So he was still working ultimately for what is good and what is right, and that is to work with Peggy to get this figured out, because, yeah, I'm working with Thor, but really, he's not really going to help us succeed in all this. And I do think it's interesting about the idea of him being, that Steve being misplaced here in 1602 was causing all the rifts and everything to kind of happen. I wonder, when people are pulled through, what was happening to them exactly. Were they just being killed, or what was... I have no idea. No clue. But I think it was interesting to see this, because also they made a point to say, you know, in Wakanda, this happening. So these rifts were pretty much happening everywhere. This is a world threat, like a world level, like ever expanding threat. Like, everybody's in danger. So it's not just in their area where Steve is. So it was cool. All the character dynamics. A number of actors came back for the roles. Paul Rudd came back, of course, for Ant-Man. It was all cool. The Yellow Jackets, that was really interesting. Well, we got to see a bunch of Yellow Jackets and stuff. I'm like, okay, so they have Yellow Jacket soldiers. Okay, that's kind of cool, kind of interesting. And yeah, and then of course seeing Hulk is great too, because Hulk really doesn't show up much in What If, so it was really cool to see a version of Hulk with kind of a beard. That was kind of cool to see. That was fun. So yeah, overall, I had a good time with this episode. I had a great time with just seeing the amount of characters that were involved in the story, all the action, because the action scenes in What If are always great. always fun. I'm not sure why, but they are. So, yeah, I can't wait to see what happens in the next episode, because we end, of course, with Strange showing up talking to Carter. I'm assuming Peggy's going to be sent back to her time by the Watcher. We'll have to wait and see on that, but I'm assuming she will. Obviously, because he offered it to her several times, and the fact that she can kind of hear him sometimes at points is kind of interesting, but it makes sense because she's had so much interaction with him, and makes sense she would probably hear him at some points. That one little thing in that when he was... When she was in prison, because of course she's not really in prison, she just broke out the chains and broke through the door very easily. But he kept saying, "What if this? What if this? What if this? What if this? What if you die?" And she's like, "What if? What if? What if?" Like it's fun. It's like, "What if? What if? What if?" Like, it just keeps saying that line over and over and over. It's like, but that's who the Watcher is. Like, what if this happens? Well, what if that happens? So it kind of makes sense. We have a little, not breaking the fourth wall, but kind of addressing the title of the show, in a sense, because there's all different possibilities, because he didn't know what was going to happen since the planet is dying. He didn't know what was going to happen, and maybe she is stuck there, maybe because, or I don't know about that, but he's saying that that is a possibility, because you don't know what happens if you do save this world. So with Strange showing up, I'm not sure what that would imply. I'm assuming he can take her back or take her wherever. But I know the last episode is featuring him, because it is, I think it says, "What if Strange Supreme intervened," or something. So it's something like that. But I guess we'll find out what's happening tomorrow in the final episode of What If Season 2. I'm assuming Season 3 is being confirmed. I'm going to double check that for sure. But yeah, it's been a fun ride so far, and this was definitely a good episode of What If. Hope you guys saw the reaction. I'm curious to know what you guys thought. Blah, I can't even think this morning. What you guys thought about the episode? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Talk to you guys soon. Peace out.